My daughter was watching TV. I walked over and smashed the screen. But she didn't react at all. She just sat there eating popcorn. That made me furious. I slapped the popcorn out of her hands. She simply brushed the crumbs off her shirt. She was far too calm. And then I saw it. Her real face. Something had taken over my daughter. The creature controlling her terrified me. I ran to my bedroom, slammed the door shut, and locked every deadbolt I had installed. But that still didn't feel safe enough. I shoved a shoe cabinet against the door, then my bed, anything I could use to block whatever was coming. And that's when she appeared outside the door. I kept backing away until my foot hit something on the floor, a screwdriver. I grabbed it tightly. Finally, I had something to defend myself with. The door began to bend inward under an invisible force. I retreated into the corner of the room. Slowly, cracks started spreading across the door. I gripped the screwdriver as if my life depended on it. One by one, the screws began popping loose. I squeezed my eyes shut. Pieces of metal scattered across the floor at my feet. I could barely breathe. The door was about to give way. I rushed forward and pushed against it with all my strength. Something sharp stabbed into my foot, but it didn't matter. I couldn't feel anything except fear. Then suddenly, the door exploded. I immediately crawled under the bed. She entered the room and effortlessly shoved the cabinet aside. I watched her feet stop at the edge of the bed. She picked up the screwdriver and crouched down. I stared at her, and then she acted as if nothing had happened. Exactly like my little girl. I forced an awkward smile. She started crawling toward me. I nodded, agreeing to whatever she wanted. Anything to stay alive? But she didn't know. This was all part of my plan. I went to the kitchen and made her a cup of tea. I crushed sleeping pills into a fine powder and mixed them in. Putting on my best smile, I carried the tea to her room. She sniffed the cup suspiciously. I already drank some, I told her. She finished every drop while I watched. Then I waited until she finally fell asleep. Now the real revenge could begin. I took a gasoline can from the trunk of my car. I bolted steel rings into the wall and tied her bedroom door shut with heavy rope. There would be no escape. Then I poured gasoline everywhere. Every corner, every inch of the house. I drenched her door, the hallway, and the living room. When I was finished, I struck a match. Without hesitation, I dropped it. The flames devoured everything almost instantly. Within seconds, the entire house was burning. I walked outside and stood in the yard, watching the fire consume the house and everything inside it. At last, it was over.